All right, so I'm not gonna lie. Lately, I haven't been feeling too great. I've been feeling mad exhausted, mentally and physically exhausted, feeling burnt out. Lately, I haven't even been talking about anything political, and that's due to the fact that everything should be self-explanatory at this moment. Anybody who has a mind to do research will be able to do said research. But there's something that I find interesting. There's a lot of things I find interesting. First things first, Doge is apparently going to be doing dividends up to 5 grand checks and maybe more for people. So essentially, you're going to be getting a $5,000 check eventually at some point, which I'm not surprised. Whenever people discuss the national debt, it's like they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I've watched other channels where they say they don't believe that Trump can get rid of taxes altogether. They say that we have too much debt. And I'm here to explain to you that the debt that we have is not really debt, it's just stolen money. All the money that they find through Doge that has been used to fund other countries and their stupidity. Once we get all of that money back, our national debt will essentially be zero. I'm just going to be honest here. The amount of bloat and unnecessary spending and just straight up theft of the American people is something to be studied, and it will be studied because other countries are getting money from us for, protecting their borders, building their military. We're funding fucking different biolabs and virology labs. We're funding a lot of terrorist organizations, and then we're also funding this transgender bullshit. And then there's things more sinister going on dealing with child sex trafficking that is being funded as well. But that like that's linked to USAID or you said what the doctor common sense say. He calls it you said because that's essentially what it says. I know, right? But the bottom line is there's a lot more sinister shit that's not even being discussed or brought to light yet at the moment. Meanwhile, while we're recovering all of our lost money and turning our debt clock backwards, we're also regaining all of our gold. We've gotten our gold back from the Vatican. We're checking the gold at Fort Knox. Is it there? Is it not? I believe it was missing. I remember Doge making comments on that. We're essentially getting all of our wealth back. And once we get our wealth back, we will be able to cut out taxes, implement the tariffs, and, send checks back to the American people, go right back to our gold back currency, our gold standard that made America great in the first place financially. And with the tariffs, companies overseas are going to come back to America. They will be incentivized to do so because it will be cheaper to just produce here instead of in other countries. It punishes those that hire illegals or hire, people outside of the country for cheaper wages. This is for the people who don't want to pay their workers a livable wage. That's what the tariffs are for. It punishes them specifically. And it also forces the countries that have been taking advantage of us to pay us back for all of our services. And anybody who thinks that, China is a big threat is not done some research on their economy. Their economy is in shambles. And if anything, them retaliating with tariffs is going to be a negative for them. I'm just saying. China ain't as powerful as you think they are. If anything, we're funding them. But that's not what I wanted to get into today, even though I did want to make mention of it. We have censorship again. I mean, it's going on in the UK. It's been going on in other countries. It's been going on in China. It's been going on everywhere. But now it's becoming even a bigger issue because we have police in Germany raiding people's houses because of something they said online. Let's check this out.
even if it's hate-filled or toxic, is protected by the First Amendment as free speech. But Germany is trying to bring some civility to the World Wide Web by policing it in a way most Americans could never imagine.
They call it civility.
In an effort, it says, to protect discourse, German authorities have started prosecuting online trolls. And as we saw, it often begins with a pre-dawn wake-up call from the police.
The story will continue in a moment.
Fucking 60-minute commercials.
It's 6:01 on a Tuesday morning, and we were with state police as they raided this apartment in northwest Germany.
Hier ist die Polizei, wir müssen bitte mal mit Ihnen reden.
Inside, 6 armed officers searched a suspect's home, then seized his laptop and cell phone. Prosecutors say those electronics may have been used to commit a crime. The crime, posting a racist cartoon online.
And keep in mind, in this day and age, especially when dealing with radical left individuals, anything can be considered hate speech. If I say something is gay, that can be considered hate speech, even if it is blatantly gay. That's the first problem. Second problem I spoke about was social credit scores, where you can literally be punished for things that you said online. We actually seen this in effect here in America during the COVID era, where people were losing access to their bank accounts, etc. Any doctor that went against Dr. Fauci lost their license. Like, punishing people for the things that they say and the truth that they spread is what's really going on. They want to censor us. They've been wanting to censor us. They've been trying to get rid of the Second Amendment for the longest. And then you look at other countries and you see where America could have been had Trump not gotten in office. These police officers literally just came in and robbed this person just because they said something online. So the fact that you even know what the fuck this person said is crazy to me, because that means that you were spying on him. Unless he just blatantly put out his information. I know on Facebook they force you to use your name, which is bullshit. You should be allowed some form of anonymity. You know, it's ridiculous to say nonetheless, because hell, what I'm saying, if you've been watching my channel in the past, if I was living in Germany, they would have had me thrown in prison for hate speech. Just being blunt, even though I'm telling you things that you need to know, things that you need to be on the lookout for. And then it gets even scarier when you realize that they're also making AI to read your thoughts, and they're trying to implant chips in your brain and have you connected to the internet. That you combine these two and you have a recipe for disaster. And that's what I'm trying to warn people about, warn people against. All right, I know Elon Musk is doing a great work with Doge, but that brain chip that he was making was something that I did not like. I'm not even gonna lie. The transhumanism and integrating people with technology should not be a thing, because technology on a constant basis is getting abused against us. Oh, you don't want to update to our software that is constantly taking pictures of what you do on your desktop? But we'll shut down support for the software you're using right now, so you'll be forced to upgrade. Like, stupid shit. I'm not going to play the entire 60-minute video. In all honesty, a lot of this shit is very left-leaning media. Like, these are the same people that chopped up the Kamala Harris interview and left out key parts. They partook in the act of election interference, whether you want to believe me or not. They were trying to make Kamala look amazing when she really wasn't. There's also some stuff more, you know, excuse me. There's also some more things that have been coming out. It's by the same writer, mind you. Remember back when actually, what's her face not too long ago was saying that Trump was lying during the COVID pandemic, when really he wasn't. President Trump is wrong in so many ways about hydroxychloroquine studies. Here are the facts. Then you scroll down. This is a later article. Studies find hydroxychloroquine helped coronavirus patients survive better. Ain't that funny? Look at who wrote it though. It's CNN. This is just further proof that they were lying to you. And Trump was right. He promoted hydroxychloroquine for the longest, and so many people politicized the shit. Patients died when they didn't even have to die. It was all medical malpractice. A lot of you need to be suing your fucking doctors. Just straight up. You were being denied treatment that could have helped you, and a lot of people were forced into this vaccine that's causing heart problems, cancer issues, etc. in even young children now. Not just adults or people old. Young people dying. When they could have just took hydroxychloroquine and some zinc and they'd have been fine. But we don't want to talk about that shit. And it's ironic that they're not even discussing this in mainstream media. You just run across a post on fucking Twitter. Now, apparently, reading that, they're trying to threaten individuals. Yeah, U.S. aid was supporting Zelensky. So yeah, we were funding other countries. This goes back to wasting American taxpayer dollars. Yeah, Ukraine claims that Zelensky has an approval rate of 57%. Yeah, this is from the Kiev, if I'm even pronouncing that right. International Institute of Sociology, which received U.S. aid funding for its polling. So in other words, the Democrats mainly, were influencing politics in other countries via money laundering and payouts. So not only are we wasting, it's just the same shit, man. It's more findings of the same shit. I feel like I'm repeating myself. And apparently leftists on Reddit are planning to bring firearms to protest in D.C. while claiming it's time, it's a class war, deny, defend, dispose. We ain't talking about that, but when a bunch of Trump supporters were at the damn Capitol without guns, that was the most, dangerous thing to happen in American history, apparently. There was another FBI finding. Cash is not qualified to lead the FBI. That's what Adam Schiff said. Turns out, with an investigation, they uncovered 256 emails between Adam Schiff and Jeffrey Epstein. If you don't know who Adam Schiff is, he is a senator, a Democratic senator from California. I've said this already about your favorite politicians, your favorite musicians, your favorite actors, your favorite celebrities. They all have dealings with Epstein. I'm just going to be blunt here. Dealings with Epstein or Diddy or both. I'm sure Diddy and Epstein had dealings with each other. Like, it's nothing new. I can't wait till these files come out. I can't wait till the whole list comes out. I can't wait till the Diddy list come out. And I can't wait till we start getting some indictments. Because people like Letitia James and all these other governors, etc., all these people who are impeding on justice, they need to be arrested. They need to be arrested. There's a lot of people who've already been cleaned out of the government. A lot of unnamed individuals, a lot of faceless bureaucrats were doing a fuck ton of government layoffs. But there needs to be some straight up convictions. I'm just going to be blunt here. It's not even about retaliation. It's not even about coming against the opposite side because they're a political enemy. A lot of these people are treasonous. A lot of these people have done heinous acts. A lot of these people have dealings in child sex trafficking, money laundering. A lot of these people have gotten other people killed and gotten away with murder, essentially. Talking about Hillary. A lot of people need to go to fucking jail. All right. And to anybody who still have a problem with Doge, are you going to spend that $5,000 check that you're about to receive, or are you going to send it back? What are you going to do with that money? I see people online claiming that they don't trust Trump money. Like, okay, you don't trust Trump money, but all they're doing is getting back our money that the Dems stole and used behind our backs to fund shit that was against our best interest. And the old Rhino Republicans were in on the shit. But you don't trust Trump money. It is what it is. This is just a quick recap video of what the fuck's going on. If you want to continue to research what Doge is finding, you can do that shit. There are plenty of articles coming out. I was just on Twitter. I run my music business on Twitter, so there's that. Anyway, I'm done. Peace.